Obstürmt oder steigt
und die Sonne uns sagt, der Tag glühend heiß oder eiskalt.
Hello YouTube, this is Stormgeschütz 4, also known as Globulus. This is a 1 versus 1 that I did last night. I command Carthage, my opponent, who is Enumbrius, I guess, commands the Numidians. I was kind of surprised he chose Numidia, but he said he was really good with Numidia, so I'm like, alright, let's see what we got. Anyway, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5 Sacred Band Cav, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Balearic Slingers. I got one unit of peasants just to kind of suck up some archer fire, and I have 6 Sacred Band Infantry. Numidian player, my opponent here, has 3 Camel Riders, pardon me, has 6 Camel Riders. Yeah. He has 3 Desert Infantry. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Numidian Legionnaires, and 1, 2, 3, like 4 archer units. Now I start this off just simply moving my army up. He kind of gets on line to face my line. That's really all that happens here early on. Move my peasants up. Like I said, I wanted to absorb some archer fire with him, but he actually holds his fire quite a bit until I get up here a little farther, and he does eventually open fire. And I just run my peasants off to the right here, hoping that he'll just keep firing at him, and he pretty much falls for it. So it's his arrows, not mine. So, but then again, I don't have arrows; I got slingers. So anyway, you guys can take a peek at this and tell me what you think later on. My opponent, his Camel Riders, I think he could have done a better job. He could have done a better job with them. I mean, they do scare horses. That was one I was kind of concerned about that at first, but he doesn't quite use them to their full potential. So I actually kind of end up winning the. You want to call it a cav fight. I won kind of a cav fight over here on the right flank. My right flank, his left, which kind of surprised me. Because like I said, I kind of assumed since camels tend to scare horses, I thought maybe they would scare my, at least one of my units of companions, or companions. God, I always say that. That they would scare one of my Sacred Band Cav away, but they didn't. So here's where I send my peasants in. Like I said, I send them in to absorb some archer fire, and I completely run them off to my right, hoping that he just keeps firing on them. Like I said, he pretty much continues to fire on them, so that's my sacrificial unit. So, you know, these peasants are, they really admire their general here. Now I do use my slingers to target his archers. I just wanted to get them kind of out of the way. But we see how I usually work with my slingers is I'll use 2 or 3 units to concentrate on one and decimate enemy units one at a time. That's how I generally work, at least since I've kind of learned how to use Carthage here. I had to sneeze, guys, I apologize. But yeah, my slingers, since I've learned how to use them, I've really got pretty proficient with them. I've got another replay. I'm going to do a commentary on where I play as Carthage again, and I fight. Well, I essentially fight 3 armies, so you guys ought to enjoy that one. But this one's kind of a dull one. No offense to my opponent, but you know, he could have played it better. I thought I played it about as good as I could have. I was completely smashing him. He said he was 16, so I didn't want to completely dampen his spirits. I do use my slingers here to start targeting some of his Numidian camel riders, but I do end up, he ends up charging me, so I just charge him. I end up charging him from behind, kind of catch him, but he does kind of catch on to it and charge back into me. I thought I would lose at least a unit, but I don't end up doing anything. Over here on my left, he charged in, and I sent 2 of my sacred bands in, and again, I could have swore I was going to lose a unit, but I do end up holding the advantage over here, and I do get his forces on my left.
The enemy general has been killed, and his men lose heart.
As you can see, my slinger fire has completely decimated his archers. I actually fired on a few of my sacred bands with my slingers there, but I do end up taking care of that. I end up switching fire back. I believe I changed fire to his legionnaires. I do eventually, what I do is I just swing my cavalry around behind him and engage his front line with my sacred bands, discharge him from behind, and I really decimate him. So, you know, he said he was really good with Numidia. You know, like I said, when we first started this fight, and I kind of took him at that. I thought he did a pretty good job, really, with Numidia. I've never played with Numidia before, but everybody's always told me if you're going to pick a faction, make sure it's not Numidia or Gaul. So, but Numidia can't be all bad. I mean, they have the legionnaires, and I believe they have long shield cav, which, you know, they're faster than the you know, heavier cav, but they don't have quite as solid of an attack or a charge that the like the Carthaginian sacred band.
We're big on deck.
Now here he tries to outflank me, which actually wasn't a bad idea, but he just, you know, it's not enough. It's not enough. Yes, you guys can hear my cavalry getting ready to come in and smack some of these guys down. Let's just kind of go along the front here. I do end up getting these desert infantry. Just healing shots off of my sacred band. But here's about where it pretty much ends. This is where I start, after I take out his desert infantry here, I just kind of start hitting him with the rear with hammer and ambush charges, and pretty much hits the game. He fought it, like I said, I think he fought as well as he could with Numidia, so I can't completely say he did a bad job. route. Me and Penumbrius, or whatever his name
Victory
is
lies in your grasp.
we did
there
fight
is
one more
nothing
battle
the
after
enemy
this.
can
I
do
didn't
but
save the battle
run.
replay because he cut it off early. It was in the Nordic Woodland, I believe, on the Nordic Woodland map, and he chose the Germanians, and I took the Seleucids, and I was smacking them down pretty good with them too. So, but anyways, good game to my opponent. You know, as well as he could play it, I guess. I ended up with 1,300 kills, where, you know, I completely decimated the guy. Look at my casualties inflicted list here. You know, my slingers just tore him to pieces. My sacred bands didn't have a bad day either. So, anyway, good battle to my opponent here. Any questions or comments? Feel free to post. And always remember, play with honor and bleed your enemy.